This is the whole self theory, and this PowerPoint presentation is really just a an interest, like a sort of like I want to gauge people's interest to see like if if they really want to be a part of this or not, and so I want to give them the information that they
Gotcha.
need. Okay, so I kind of start off with with a simple understanding. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care, and
Okay.
And also, I really enjoy the vibes that I have on the presentation too. You know, the the little graphics on it are really fun to me. So, but mhm. So I look at the way I look at it, the people need to know how much you care, and it goes more than just like uh our connections with people, with our community, but love, that thing that we kind of touch on the last slide, is it's really
Mhm.
important, and that's the basis of all of our actions. And so we a lot of people question what is love, and there's a lot of different ideas and definitions for it. But a pretty I have a pretty like simple four tier, four prong approach to what is love. Four steps to it that really I think encapsulates it. So
Nice.
mhm. Love is a choice, and overall is a series of choices. It's it goes on with the moment. That anything that has your attention, anything that you claim to love, that one, it has your attention, and two, it has that thing that you claim to love has value and significance. You feel that you have responsibility for this and for its well-being. You commit to protect or to propel it forward. So the number three is a commitment that you kind of give to it, and then number four is the actions that you claim that you love, or even what you claim that you love. You devote resources to it.
Okay.
And we've spoken on that before, but that's just to kind of break it down a little bit more. It has your attention. You believe it has value. You want to protect it, or you want to propel it forward, and that you are ready and able to devote resources to it.
I
Uh,
see.
mhm. And there's a lot to this, so I'm not gonna like go through everything. This has like 30 slides, but really I just kind of want, so like that would take like an hour. I'm not gonna take an hour of your life right now, so it's not even done yet,
I
you know.
know. Yeah.
But this so I want to be telling a story about how my friend's friend called me one day, and he was telling me about how he broke up with his girlfriend, and I asked him if he is really in love with this girl still who broke up with him, and he claims that he does,
Tough one.
and right, he claims that he does love her, but I tell him that I don't think that he does, and so he's confused. He's like, why are you trying to say that I don't love her, right? And that's a good question to ask. And so I tell him, kind of going back to, going back to like what love is. Yes, that girl that he loved, like claims to love, has his attention. He believes that she is very significant in his life. He sees her with another guy, and he sees her happy, and he does not want her to be with this other guy. So I kind of like show him that if he really wants to protect her, or really wants to like propel her happiness forward, that he would want her to be happy even if it's with another person. And so that is kind of like in conflict with if he's actually in love with her. And so I'm like, this so far you're at number three, and you don't want her to be happy with this other guy. And so you're not showing that you love her. You're showing that you are a little bit selfish with this. And it kind of opens his eyes a little bit. But then this is the last one that really does it for me, or did it for him too. Um, I asked
What
him
was it?
if he was able, if he was willing and able to devote his resources to her. So like time, energy, space, and resources. So like money, gifts and stuff. And he got really passionate with it. He's like, she won't let me. She won't let me give her money, or give her gifts. She won't. She doesn't want to come over and do these things. But she won't let me do these things for her. And I'm like, okay, well, that's your answer. You don't love her. And he's like, how? And I tell him, because you are not able to give her to spend your resources. She will not let you love her. She will not let you devote your resources to her. So whether you want to or not, you do not love her. You can't. Uh, and although
Is that the
like
right? Yeah.
what?
Okay, continue. Continue. I'll ask questions a little bit
Mhm.
later because I do get a question for that.
Right, you can ask it now. That was just the story where like I kind of just used those four things to like tell this guy, to kind of question this guy if he really loved her or not. And he told me that he really needed to hear that he can't, that because he's not able to give her these things that he kind of realizes that he can't love her, and I think that that's important. But what's your question?
Yeah. Well, in that case, is there ever a situation where someone does love someone else and it's love, I guess,
Hmm.
but the other person just doesn't feel it. So you like it's a one-sided love. But would you
I'm
consider that not love at all?
That's a good question.
Just something like image they just imagine what love is?
That's a good question. I personally enjoy using, or I'm liable to use the word infatuated. I feel that, for example, love is a mutual infatuation, and if it's just
Okay.
one-sided, then he's infatuated with her, or this person is infatuated with another person. It's not necessarily a creepy idea, although the word has that connotation, but it's like, you know we I think, for example, what you might be saying is, if there's a mother and her son is in the military and is off and like is off in Iraq or somewhere else, and so she can't necessarily give him like resources, right? She thinks about him every day. Of course, she feels that her son is significant and valuable to her. She wants to help him as much as she can, and it really hurts her because she doesn't feel like she can love her son. And that really sucks. And and to her, she does love her son. She's she and so what she tries to help. She might try to send him money. She holds his stuff. So those are ways in which she can show her love and affection for her son, but she can't show it in a traditional way, which hurts her.
Okay. Okay. But what if like I get that, I understand that type of love. That's long distance type of relationships, and
Hmm.
if it's on a romantical state, it's harder to keep up with it.
Hmm.
Very hard. But if it's like a family state or like a friends, you both got both your own lives, and you have to live the best you can. And you can show them some way of support, even if it's just the smallest thing. It's just giving a phone call sometimes,
Right.
or just a text message. That's fine and nothing. Or maybe just having the good benefits of the doubt, saying, "Hey, I think my friend's doing all right now, but I'll go check up on him maybe a few weeks or a few months from now to see if everything's okay with him still." But I'm talking about like if you're in a romantic relationship and you're, you know, you both like have passionate feelings towards one another. You want to invest into this person.
Hmm.
Damn, maybe I should think about this. Hold on, give me a second.
Okay, yeah, yeah, definitely think on that. And we can talk about it like maybe as we're playing 7 Days to Die a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. Here,
Okay,
continue with
okay,
your
got you with
yeah.
presentation.
What's the word? Presentation. Thank you. Escape my tongue altogether.
All right. So I go on, and so then kind of going forward with this. Love goes through the whole self theory, like everything else that we go through, that we talk about and explore along with this, is going to have love at its core. So it's important to know what love is if we're going to be trying to define what success is, happiness, and other things are. You need to understand it to get the most out of the course and things along those lines. So
Hmm.
here's a couple of aims that we have. I want to be able for people to acknowledge their emotions. I know me personally, it was really hard for me to gauge how I was feeling in a lot of circumstances. So this is hopefully going to be able to allow people to feel emotions a bit more, and then to build a structured framework for those emotions. I feel that, of course, I let my emotions free, but I created a framework and sort of I don't want to say cage, but a box in which my emotions can roam freely within within these confines. They're not trapped, but they're controlled. Then, hopefully I want to help people build emotional intelligence. I want people to define success for themselves. Then I also want ultimately to better the human experience. Human experience being moment to moment, people can feel confident in who they are. They enjoy living. I hope that this can help that.
Sounds
So,
good.
hmm. So with this, in having this information, how will my life be improved? What will I get out of it? I can't say that I'm promising anyone a fortune or some high status. This isn't that kind of product. I might lose some people for it. If those are, big ends and desires, this is not for you. But to those of you who are staying, what I am offering is a set of tools, not answers, not simply answers, but tools to help you define your own meaning, to become independent, to foster healthy relationships, seeing the impact that you have and that you have made. That this is essentially what I'm trying to sell, what I'm trying to give to people. And
Gotcha.
yeah, so that's what I want people to feel like they can kind of grab out of this. So now, like, I want to give actionable steps to how we're gonna get there. So there are
I
three.
like
You do?
I like that because it's different from what I get all the time when I see on ads like finding yourself and making money afterwards. And it's always the same bullshit. But this one, you're just straightforward. You're just like, yo, this is not going to give you any money, but this will give you happiness, something that you're
Exactly.
looking for. So,
Exactly. The happiness and success is not found within money. It's found within, essentially, in these questions that I ask with here. Why? Our intentions. I feel happiness does come from our ability to figure out what our intentions are, and then we can create a pathway to get there. And ultimately, we want to be happy within ourselves. So why, here is our intentions. Why is based on the moral and ethical standard of our actions. How, this is the path. This is the medium. So very specifically, this is my favorite, phrase out of here. How is where joy and meaning meet. This is where they cross. Um, and then the last question, what? This is focused on your identity, the fundamentals of consciousness and our personality. These are the questions people tend to ask themselves, the categories of questions, if you will. So, using these three questions, I propose a structured concept of how we as humans perceive and interact with the world. And this is the whole picture of it with out of context. And now here we go. I show you what part of the structure is going to be found in what. This is part of the structure that is going to be focused on how and why. And today, what I'm working on is just starting it with why. I don't have how and what included in this presentation, but I do have why right now. So this is the part that we're going to focus on. And later on, I'm going to go ahead and keep working on the next two parts, but we need to start somewhere, and today we're starting with why.
okay.
So here we have why. This is the four focuses, and then the five goals. And if you look in the top left-hand corner, you can see those three, those four shapes, trapezoid-looking things, and then the five oval things with the flat edge. Those
Yeah,
represent.
I'm still figuring that out myself, but I'm seeing the words and I remember these things: nature, self, work, community, safety, freedom, belonging, and
Mhm.
significance and meaning.
Yeah, so
So
what I
I
intend to
remember
do
those.
what I intend to do with this is these shapes right here represent the four focuses. And then these
Okay.
5 shapes here represent the 5 goals. And so, as an example, we're going to move forward. And green means this is what we're focusing on right now. This is what's highlighted. And so this is the focuses. We're going to start off with what is nature. This is the first focus that we have to talk about. The concept of nature is typically tied to forests, vegetation, whatever grows with no direct control exerted on it from some sort of sentient force. We humans tend to be a sentient force.
Gotcha.
The focus on nature emphasizes the removal of yourself and into a world beyond your own. Nature includes spaces, inanimate objects, non-connected creatures, vegetation, forces, and a generalized focus. These are all buzzwords. They're all big words, and they can kind of throw people off, maybe. But really, it's just when I say spaces, I mean the forest, your room, the park, things along those lines. Inanimate objects are as simple as a little toy that I have. It could be a leaf, just inanimate objects. Non-connected creatures
Gotcha.
are animals that you just haven't formed a relationship with. Your cat, your dog, does not necessarily is not included in nature because you have grown a connection with it. I'd consider it to be a part of community, and that's the last focus that's on here. But those animals have changed into another focus now.
I got you.
Yeah, so you see how this kind of like comes in. These are things that when we look at it, it's not necessarily there's no direct control exerted on it from an outside force, and this is kind of what I think people mean. Things themselves do not make up nature, but it's our connection with these things that makes up nature.
Gotcha. Hey, Tony.
Is Tony here?
Yeah.
Hi, Tony. Okay. So to have nature in mind is to move out of our established contexts, headspaces, mindsets, perceptions, to open ourselves to other realities and perceptions. This focus is a form of escapism. This is just getting away from, when you're trying to get more connected with this focus, you are working to remove yourself out of your mental
Hello?
headspace. Tony,
Okay, there we go. Hey,
damn.
okay, sorry, my headset was unmuted.
Your voice
Gotcha.
sounds silky, smooth, deep.
It does not. But the
Well,
server says you paused it.
yeah, it currently is paused right now, but I can unpause it.
Yeah.
But
I noticed. I was like, why can't I join?
I'm working. Right now, I'm just kind of giving Elias a sort of like a quick presentation on a presentation that I've been working on, and I'll make it really fast for over here.
Oh,
But-
hold on.
Real quick
Brandon,
question.
you make sure to turn off your what is it called? That VI, that internet thing, where it protects your identity.
VPN.
Yeah, VPN. You make sure to turn that off, right?
Here, if you guys want to jump on the world, then I have it on right now.
I don't know why I will need to turn that off.
Whenever I have a VPN on, Elias can't join, and that's most likely because he's in a different country.
Yeah. We just
Whoa.
found that out. You remember that one
So-
time?
It's only Pocket has to do it because I've never had to turn mine off.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
yeah. It
sure-
doesn't have to be you. It has to be the guy that's made the world itself.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Since I'm hosting it.
So if you
and-
made the world, you have to turn it off for me to join.
So here's
Mhm.
a quick question: which character should I play? My
The-
regular character or the reverse Oompa
regular, I don't
sounds-
want to see. I don't want to see the other guy.
Oompa Loompa, Oompa Loompa.
Oh my goodness. So Great.
Continue, Brandon. Continue.
Great.
I'm back.
okay, give me a sec. Because I have the world not paused anymore, waiting for you guys, I have to actually defend myself.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, so
Fight for
you,
my life now.
yeah, so you guys can get on. I'm gonna die.
I'm joining right now.
I'm gonna die. Oh, that almost killed me. Is this the red? Oh my goodness.
It's the red. It's the red day.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Ah! Ah!
Huh.
I'm
I'm
ready
back.
to die.
Oh god. Motion blur.
Don't you just wish they had a nuclear bomb in this game?
No.
Oh.
No, it's already understood that that a nuclear blast has already hit this place.
Yeah.
Also, Elias, remember, I don't need the explosive on me.
Oh, you don't need explosions? So you're not going to use them today?
I still have some.
Please don't. Like, I love your surprises sometimes, but today, on the red day at least, no.
It's not even red night.
Is it
Okay.
red? Well, you said it was red night.
Yeah.
Is it red night?
Apparently not. It was red a second ago.
Ooh,
Hey,
okay.
zombies. There's like a lot of zombies.
Tony, yeah, I know. Help me.
You got this.
Why am I so slow right now?
Because are you over encumbered? They're chasing you. Behind you. You have one.
Okay,
You probably have a broken leg, or you probably have an upgrade to your armor ability to make yourself faster if you're wearing armor.
okay, well, I'm safe.
Alright, let's
Why?
see. I need some more ammo.
Tony, before anything else, join my party.
Oh yeah, to get
You
the
don't want to join your
XP.
party.
Yeah.
You want to? You'll get extra XP. Anything he kills, you get.
You know my dad.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, you're right about that.
Oh god.
Oh, goodness. Well, really, essentially, the rest of the presentation just kind of goes a bit more into, like, the rest of the focuses. So I just talk about goal, work, community, self, stuff along those lines.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You
oh,
can
no,
talk
no,
about them.
oh, no, you're good. I think that I'm probably the rest. Like, I pretty much everything that I told you about is the only part of it that I actually have with graphics and kind of set up. Everything else is there, but it's really just text on a screen, and that's not necessarily very fascinating to look at.
Okay, then if you want, you can show me the full product and when you get done. How long do you think you will finish and everything? Like, is this like almost at the ending of it, or is it something that would take some time? Because either way, it works with me.